For Galway's first All-Ireland final appearance in 7 years, the selectors make one change from the team which beat Cork in the semi-final. Fit again, Cyril Donnellan returns to wing forward with Conor Cooney the one to make way. It's a second final for Tony O'Gregan and David Collins, while it's a third for Damien Hayes. He was a sub against Tipperary in 2001. Kilkenny are starting with 11 of the starting team from this year's Leinster final. JJ Delaney, Kieran Joyce and Michael Fennelly missed that heavy beating by Galway, while Aidan Fogarty, number 15 today, came on as a first-half sub in July. The only change from the semi-final win over Tipperary is the recall of Richie Hogan to midfield in place of the injured Michael Rice. Was that out over the line? It was, by David Burke. And David Burke could plead his case here with the linesman, Dermot Kerwin, the linesman on this near side. Here he is, just stepped out and over. Tom Helibert there, one of the selectors in the background. Line ball to Kilkenny, awaiting the opening score of this match. Almost 4 minutes gone. Paul Murphy. Kilkenny's today seeking a 34th All-Ireland title. Held on there by Henry Shefflin, and he was being fouled. Fergal Moore got him.
Yeah, great catch there by Henry Shefflin, and this is something, that matchup. Henry Shefflin is probably 3-4 inches taller than Fergal Moore, and you can see him there, great catch, and Fergal just got tangled up with him.
So it's going to be Henry Shefflin who will take this one. Henry with 27 goals, 459 points in a wonderful career, and that's a very positive start for him. And Kilkenny are away and leading in this match. 4.5 minutes are gone. Puck out by James Skehill. That's a huge one up towards Cyril Donnellan. Breaking it down, but there's nobody into it immediately. Galway trying to work hard, trying to get the possession. Finally winning it. Joe Canning back there. Struck, this time by Andy Smith, and over the bar. Big, huge cheer. There's an enormous crowd from Galway at this final. And the teams are level a point apiece with 8 minutes gone.
Yeah, and that's a huge score. You know, it's taken 8 minutes, and Andy Smith, not one of the more noted men for scoring for Galway, took on the responsibility there and a super score off his right-hand side.
Interesting that Damien Hayes has moved into the inside forward line just to try and help James Regan here, trying to get it up onto his stick, pursued by Brian Hogan. It's Regan off as far as Canning, looking for latitude. He's made a lot of ground. He's scored a wonderful goal. How did he do that? It's brought the stadium to life. 10 minutes are gone, and Joe Canning has hit in his 16th ever championship goal.
And Joe, what a goal, a great run by James Regan. But look at this after with Joe Canning. Brilliant touch, great vision, and buried in the back of the net. What a goal, an absolute brilliant goal, and you know, a great player on a big day, and that's really now, that's the start of Galway wanted. What a goal.
And that goal should settle Galway. Up as far as Cyril Donnellan here. Two players going for it. Damien Hayes has it. That's under hit. Straight to Herity. About to be challenged here by Niall Burke. Stands his ground. Gets it out as far as Brian Hogan. Into the middle of the field. Intended there for Richie Hogan, but it's cut out instead by Joe Canning. He moved from full forward into midfield, and he's got another one. A score, a point by Joe Canning. A goal and a point now as Galway lead by 1-2 to a point.
Yeah, early stages, Gerald, you know, missed clearance there by Brian Hogan, and Joe Canning, just after scoring the goal, just drifted back out the field. Which is, I think that was marginal. I think that could have been wide, looking at the replay.
Well, they got away with it, and Kilkenny now trying to assert themselves again here. TJ Reid, their only score so far has come from a free by Henry Shefflin. Back to Richie Power. Back now as far as the other Richie Hogan. And Richie Hogan has sent it flying away to the right-hand side, and another one has gone wide. And the huge Galway following here in Croke Park this afternoon, really enjoying this, and they've certainly enjoyed that goal there after 10 minutes of play by the great Joe Canning, only 23 years of age.
Just makes it look so easy, you know, a brilliant finish into the net, and the run he made. You can see there the Galway subs getting in behind it, and Galway will be delighted that they're creating that space now already around the field. There's
a great sense of togetherness among the Galway squad. This is good. This is TJ Reid. Left it behind there, but the referee's whistle has gone for a drag down, and it's going to be a free in for Kilkenny, and a free from the 20-metre line. Look at this again.
Yeah, great catch by TJ Reid. I think, you know, he was definitely fouled there, but I think the ref was letting him go, and he lost possession, and he blew the whistle maybe a little bit late. But this is the danger. You know, Kilkenny are very, very strong in the air in there, and a good catch by TJ Reid.
Well, standing over this one is Henry Shefflin, his team 1-2 to a point down. Would he possibly, or will he be just content with a point?
I think they need the point at this stage just to keep them in it.
He's gone for it. He was having a go.
And he didn't shape like he was going to go for the cut. He caught me by surprise up here.
Henry, with 27 championship goals to his credit already, was looking for another one here. And in the end, it was Fergal Moore who got his stick down to it, was anticipating that he just might try it. Here's Kevin Hines, hasn't been under too much pressure so far. Straight to Jackie Tyrrell, took it down in commanding fashion. Regan's after him. Hand pass slipped inside here as far as Aidan Fogarty. Haven't seen much of him so far. Nicely out as far as Richie Hogan. Here's a chance of a score from the angle. Richie Hogan puts it over the bar. And that'll do Kilkenny a lot of good. It's their first point to come from open play, and it's taking nearly 17 and a half minutes.
Yeah, it was a very good score. If you look here, when Aidan Fogarty got the ball, there was a wall of 4 or 5 Galway men in front of him, but he slipped it out to Richie Hogan, and smart finishing over the bar, and Kilkenny really needed that score.
From this puck out. Again, it's caught superbly by Niall Burke. What a start to the match he's after making. Brilliant play by Niall Burke, and he fires it over. And it's now 1-5 to 2 points. It's a dream start for the tribesmen, the outsiders in the minds of so many people. What a catch, what a finish. I mean, Brian Cody did counsel against anybody saying that Kilkenny were going to blow Galway out of the water, as they say nowadays. And he's proved quite correct. Galway are up for this, and they are standing shoulder to shoulder with Kilkenny. They're not going to be overawed. Reid has done well here. 45 metres out, swinging around, and that's a beautiful score by TJ Reid to settle Kilkenny and put them right back into the contest again. 5 points the margin. TJ Reid's first.
Yeah, and Kilkenny hanging in there, but TJ Reid is brilliant at that. A great catch, and a turn back onto the left side and over the bar. Great score.
And look at the eagerness with which Andy Smith went after that to get there ahead of Michael Fennelly, who was expected to exert a big physical influence in midfield, and it hasn't materialised so far. What has materialised is that Galway are setting up chances. Smith again. This time it's Niall Donoghue, and Donoghue hits a beauty. First ever time to score in the championship. 21-year-old Niall Donoghue from Kilbakenty gets his first point and makes it 1-7 to 3 points.
And the composure there for a young player on the ball. Maybe thought he was going to be hooked the first time, took it back on the stick and then straight over the bar.
Tommy Welch sends it in once again towards Aidan Fogarty. Hasn't really got on the ball very much so far. Instead it's been the very efficient Galway defence. This time David Collins seems to have taken too many steps. Marshall of goal, free in for Kilkenny. They'll take anything that is going, and Henry Shefflin will come and take the resultant free. Yeah, he did take too many steps.
You know, they took a few going back and then turn coming out. You know, they're 7 points behind. This is a huge free now, and he's scored a lot of them in his time, but this is vital.
And that one is inside the right-hand upright, and a second pointed free by Henry Shefflin. I can't help feeling really, Michael, but the loss to Galway 9 weeks ago has deeply affected these Kilkenny players. They're not as confident as they usually are. Taken beautifully here. This time it's Cyril Donnellan. Hand pass beautifully forward for Andy Smith. Smith raiding, Smith firing, stopped on the line somehow by David Herity. Couldn't quite get it over. Goalkeeper needs to get the ball away, being challenged there by David Burke. Frantic challenge, scrambled away somehow. Herity still waiting for a whistle to come, and a whistle finally does come.
Yeah, the free picked the ball off the ground there. He lost possession. Great tackling by David Burke. If you just watch it here, going out along here. First of all, Andy Smith, you know, I think Jackie Tyrrell went the wrong side. Maybe should try to hook him, but David Herity did very well. And just watch him here when he's going out along. David Burke just shadowed him all the way out here.
But now it's Galway, and it's Joe Canning once again from a very, very difficult angle. He's faced some very difficult angles in this match with his frees so far. Now, can he measure this one and put it inside the right-hand upright? He's got it right, and that's an important score now after Kilkenny's run of points from frees. That will settle things down for Galway as we head towards half-time. Referee looks at his watch and blows for half-time. It's half-time in the 2012 All-Ireland Hurling Final, and Joe Canning, man of the match so far with a goal and 6 points. His goal coming after 10 minutes. Kilkenny have been sluggish. We've seen Owen Larkin get 1 point, but towards the end there we saw Henry Shefflin pounce on the mistakes being made by the Galway backs, giving away frees. Henry got 4 points. Galway, the leaders at the break, by 5 points. And so as the teams head for their dressing rooms, half-time score here reads Galway 1-9, Kilkenny 7 points. No changes on either team. Start of the second half as Henry Shefflin plays it in here as far as Richie Power. Power takes off, tries to get right through the centre there, tries to draw the ball and succeeds in drawing that foul. And an early opportunity now for Kilkenny to get yet another score. A yellow card there has been issued to Fergal Moore.
Yeah, I think that's a harsh enough yellow card. You know, he did put the hand in over the shoulder, but Richie Power was going to ground. He had nowhere to go, you know, and it was a free, but a very, very harsh yellow card.
Henry Shefflin did try for a goal earlier on from a free around 20 metres out. This time he's quite content to put it over the bar. 5th pointed free for him, and so they've managed once again to eat into the Galway lead.
And this is the period of the game I think that Galway really have to hurl away now, because Kilkenny so many times over the years have come out at the start of the second half and started so well. We saw it the last evening against Tipperary, so this is the crucial 10 minutes now for Galway to weather the storm.
At one stage Galway led Kilkenny by 7 points in this final. Pressure on the Kilkenny backs again. Damien Hayes playing it back here towards Niall Burke, and Niall Burke with unerring accuracy puts it right over the bar, and that's a very rapid response to the point by Henry Shefflin from a free. So they go point for point then. Start of the second half here of this All-Ireland final.
And that's what Damien Hayes has been doing all year. He's given that little hand pass. He's not putting the ball in aimlessly, and a great score there by Niall Burke again, who's having a super game at centre forward.
Big, huge clearance out of defence up towards TJ Reid. Had a good first half, had some good moments in that. It's Niall Donoghue who got a score in that first half. Poor clearance, under pressure from Owen Larkin, straight to Richie Hogan. This time trying to set up TJ Reid. They need this to go over, and TJ Reid supplies another one for Kilkenny. One in each half for the 24-year-old from Ballyhale Shamrocks.
Yeah, lovely little ball there by Richie Hogan. Really should have been cleared up the field by Neil Donoghue when he got possession. And TJ Reid, who has been has been consistent since the start, he's got a couple of nice points now.
It's still Hogan knocking it out here as far as Aidan Fogarty sets off. David Collins is in hot pursuit. Fogarty hasn't scored so far, but then nobody with the numbers 13, 14 or 15 for Kilkenny has scored so far. And this time, this ball, is it over? There's a bit of a dispute. Richie Power saying it is, but the referee is going in. One of the umpires has waved it wide, the other man wasn't sure. It stays at 110 to 9 points until referee Barry Kelly is consulted with the umpires. Now he must have had a good view of that.
And I think he's looking over to his linesman as well, who would have been directly behind the ball, and I think he's given the score, yeah.
So a score for Richie Power, his first point in this final. And it's hotting up. David Burke again, foraging around midfield. Henry Shefflin's after him, so too Michael Fennelly. Still managed to get it away into a two-man inside forward line. And again, this is taken down here by Brian Hogan, having a very good second half. Highly influential. Up towards Richie Power this time, breaks down here. It's Aidan Fogarty, and Fogarty, quick as you like, puts it over the bar for his first point in this All-Ireland hurling final. And now there's just a point between the teams, 110 to 12 points. And that little man there, looking on as one of his idols, I'm sure, Aidan Fogarty, got his first point here from a tight enough angle, put it over the bar. Out as far as David Collins, up towards Damien Hayes. Fascinating contest in the second half. Out it comes to Brian Hogan, once again starring at centre half back. Very much the dominant figure in that line at this stage. Beautifully in as far as Henry Shefflin gets away from Hines, and Shefflin strikes it, and Shefflin's the one who puts the teams on terms. Henry Shefflin's 7th point of this match. The would-be history maker ties it up with 50 minutes gone. Teams level in this All-Ireland final for the second time.
Yeah, that's a great score. You see the timing there, he just waited for that ball, brought it down and over the bar. A great score. And you know, Galway have got very negative. They've only scored 1 point, as I said earlier, in the second half. Dropping men back is fine, but Kilkenny are able to pick up scores like that from out the field. And Galway really need to drive on now. They still have loads of pace, loads of power in their legs.
Now there's an extra bit of sparkle in Kilkenny's play. That buzz which was missing at times in the first half, maybe down to nervousness, maybe just a hangover as a result of the hammering in the Leinster final. They lost by 10 points after all, but certainly now they are much more assertive and much more looking like their old selves.
Long way out now for Henry Shefflin, but he should have no problem with the distance.
Two great shooters in action here, Joe Canning and Henry Shefflin. Henry with this monster of a free. Deep inside his own half of the field. He's now got 8 points in this match. King Henry, their hero. Is he on his way to a 9th All-Ireland winners medal? Kilkenny lead by 1, and there are 54 minutes, a little over gone. James Skehill, now there's a need for a rapid response by Galway. As you've been saying, Michael, only 1 point to show for the second half so far, and that a score by Niall Burke. And here is Niall Burke, and there is a response. What a time to get it! 55 minutes gone. Niall Burke comes up with his first ever goal in the championship. It's only a second score for Galway in the second half. Well, what a timely boost it's come. Big one in. Burke followed it in, and that is a simply wonderful score. Beautifully executed. 2-10 now to 14 points, and it's Galway by 2. Back to Jackie Turrell once again. Players must be tired and weary, but they're giving absolutely everything they've got. In towards Henry Shefflin. Breaks it to himself. Shefflin! Colin Fennelly! Saved! Brilliantly saved by James Skehill.
I think he might have claimed lay on the ball, and what a save by James Skehill. If Galway want to win this is the crucial moment of the game. Brilliant touchdown by Henry Shefflin, flicked it into Colin Fennelly straight away, and a brilliant save.
I thought Henry might have gone himself and tried to beat the goalkeeper.
Yeah, maybe he didn't trust the legs at this stage of his life, but he gave a brilliant pass straight away to Colin Fennelly, and this is a crucial call now. Did he lie in the ball? Is it going to be a free-in, or will it be a throw-in on the 21?
Well, the referee must have had a very good view of it himself.
Well, the umpire certainly had. They were right just beside it.
Well, what's he doing? He's giving it to Kilkenny. He's saying that he lay on the ball and it's going to be a free-in.
This is huge now.
Opportunity
this is
coming
huge.
up.
We saw it in 2010, in 2009. It's a 21-yard free, yeah.
Which Henry Shefflin's going to take. Goalkeeper deemed to have lay on the ball. Henry striking. He's put it over the bar. Didn't go for the goal opportunity, and so the teams are level once again. Henry Shefflin now with 10 points.
You can just see a lovely touchdown here by Henry Shefflin. Hurled thrown there again by Johnny Cumber. What a save by James Skehill.
Any surprise that Henry didn't go for a goal there?
Well, not really. It's too tight a game. I think this. Look, there's only 10 minutes to go. It's going to go right down to the wire, and
he did it at the very beginning.
I know he did, but if they go on and lose by a point, you'd be saying it afterwards. I think it was the right call.
19, Jonathan Glynn coming in, and Conor Cooney hasn't lasted very long.
It's hard on Conor Cooney, but a brave call by the management.
Back
Brian Hogan, what a
Hogan.
second half he's had.
Yes, super. Up as far as Larkin, takes it down and then turns, and then in one striking move puts it effortlessly over the crossbar. A point in each half by the team captain, playing today in his 35th championship match, and Kilkenny respond to the goal earlier on by Niall Burke by going back into the lead.
And that's a brilliant team score, and what a second half Brian Hogan has had. He's absolutely dominated. Even though Niall Burke has scored 1-2, dominated him in the first half and broke in for the goal there, but Brian Hogan has been very influential in the second half.
1-2, however, means they've only scored 2 scores in the second half, Galway. They need more if they're to win this final. Damien Hayes back as far as Tony O'Gregan, trying to place it this time across here beautifully, and this time it's Cyril Donnellan, and he slipped, and the referee says he was aided in his slipping by being pushed by Tommy Welch, and it's going to be a free in. And a chance now for Joe Canning. This one is certainly one he needs to nail. Can't afford to miss this. It's a highly pressurised free. You've got 1-6 in the first half, Joe Canning. Nothing in the second half so far. There are only scores from Niall Burke. And this one is right over. Goal and 7 for Big Joe. And it is Galway who are 2-11. Kilkenny 17 points. Again, Paul Murphy, steady as ever, brilliant as usual. Big one all the way down to Larkin, the captain, trying to get the better here of the fullback. Owen Larkin goes down. Is it a penalty? The referee is racing in there. He's waving his hands apart. It is a penalty for a foul on Owen Larkin dramatically late in this final with 67 minutes gone. Kilkenny have a chance here from a penalty to seal the All-Ireland, maybe. This is how it came about. Larkin going down, goalkeeper came diving out, and there was a back there as well, and James Skehill has got a yellow card for that, but there could be further trouble ahead. Usually it's Fergal Moore and Tony O'Gregan on the goal line with goalkeeper James Skehill for penalties.
Yeah, look, it was reckless by James Skehill. He dived out with the 2 feet, took the legs. I don't know if Owen Larkin was going to get control of the ball, but it's a penalty now. And in a tight game like this, there is a tendency maybe to tap it over the bar and go a point up, but I think he'll have to go for it. It's the winner of the game is in this puck.
Henry Shefflin, 61st championship match for the 33-year-old from Ballyhale. He's got 11 points in this match so far, 7 of them in the second half. The team's level at 18 points apiece, or 12 to 18 points. Henry Shefflin striking, and he's put it up high, up into the upper tier of the stand at the Davin end. He's got a 12th point, wasn't going for a goal there, wasn't taking a chance. Kilkenny by 1.
I think that's a big call. You know, if he'd scored a goal, more than likely the game was over. Galway will be relieved from that, and it just shows you the tension that's out there. It's such a tight game, and big call by Henry Shefflin.
Debbie Glennon has come on, and Damien Hayes is the one who has been taken off the Galway team. Who's going to win it? Kilkenny marginally ahead. Galway still with possession here, and Dear Latanian up into the clouds. Back down it comes into the hand of David Burt. Fouled, free in. Chance for Joe Canning to come out and to get another one. He's got a goal in 8 so far, and his team is a point behind in the 2012 All-Ireland hurling final. Big moment again. We've had plenty of big moments in this match.
Joe Canning, pressure back on him.
About 50 metres out. Pretty central. Can he make it? And he's put it wide. He's missed it. Big miss, huge miss. Galway behind by a point still. Kilkenny ahead by 19 points to 2-12. Dropped in here. Murphy winning the race. Can he get it away? Now as far as Richie Hogan, ever the star. Well away from danger. Another 1 minute and 20 seconds or thereabouts to go in the final. Tanya trying to get it back. Davy Glennon, will he be the hero? They need a score. He drives into the back to Jackie Tyrrell this time. He wins a free. And there's an opportunity as Jackie Tyrrell gets a yellow card for that. There's an opportunity once again as the managers exchange angry glances and a few words. Such is the tension of the occasion. Obviously, it's that last call.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did he charge? Did he not?
Well, I think there was a ball there in the wing. Tommy Walsh attacked the ball, might have been fouled, didn't get the free in, and then David Glennon just ran into him there. And Brian Cody, very, very animated, and Anthony Cunningham standing his ground. And look, that's what happens in Ireland finals.
This to tie up the All-Ireland final and take it, I imagine, to a replay. Joe Canning with a goal and 8. The pressure of the entire County Galway on his shoulders. He's got it right. He's put it over the bar. A goal and 9 for Joe Canning. After the lapses, he had the composure and the confidence to step up and to take it, and surely now to bring the match to a replay. And the referee has blown the whistle. It's all over. For the first time since 1959, when Kilkenny drew with Waterford, the match is going to go to a replay. Brian Cody, Anthony Cunningham, still with a few words there. Much of it to do with that last call, I think, but it all ends very amicably. And the two managers... I
don't know how amicable it was. Brian Cody was pointing the finger. They were smiling at the end, but the tension... I don't think I've ever... It's a long time since I've experienced tension like that at the end of a game. And I'd have to say, just from a player's point of view, a personal point of view, I'm delighted that it didn't end with Joe Canning missing the free, you know, after he played so well over the years as well. He's been such a talisman, and to then have the composure to knock over the last point. And I think a draw is a fair result today. You can see the relief, I think, from both sets of players.
Look, full credit to both teams. They gave us a marvellous match. A reminder then of the score at full time. It's Galway 2 goals and 13 points. Kilkenny 19 points.